Well, in our scripture for this morning from Revelation chapter 2, Jesus says just the opposite. As followers of Jesus, he says to us, I don't want you to blend in. I want you to stand out. As followers of Jesus, we are called to stand out. Now, this letter was written to the church in Pergamum. Now, there are 7 letters found in Revelation chapter 2 and 3. And these were historical cities. These were historical churches. And the 7 churches are all about a 50-mile radius from each other in what is today modern Turkey, Asia Minor. The first church we took a look at was the city of Ephesus, there on the left bottom. Ephesus was a commercial town. It was a port city. Trade routes all converged there. Pergamum is about 50 miles north. Pergamum is also about 10 to 15 miles inland. The modern city today is Bergamo, and it's this large, bustling metropolitan area. But in the first century, Pergamum sat on top of the Acropolis. Now, an Acropolis, a Greek word, akro means high, polis means city. So it's on the Acropolis. It is a high city. It's the highest part of the city, right? And Pergamum sat 1,300 feet high, 1,300 feet above sea level, which means when travelers were going to Pergamum, they could see this city in the distance. It was described as one of the most beautiful cities of the ancient world. It was built mostly of marble. It was magnificent. And just like Ephesus was a commercial city, well, Pergamum was a political and a religious city. In fact, the capital of the entire region was here in Pergamum for 250 years. It was the Washington, D.C. of the ancient world. And not only were they famous for their politics, Pergamum was also famous for its religion. There were all sorts of temples to false gods. I mean, for instance, if you wanted a good harvest, if you wanted to make sure that you had food on the table, you would go and you would offer a sacrifice to Demeter, the god of harvest. Or maybe you needed some wisdom. You needed a strategy, or you were going to war. You would offer a sacrifice to Athena. Or maybe, you wanted to kick back and relax and have some wine and party. Well, then you'd go to the temple of Dionysius. You know what happens in the temple of Dionysius? Stays in the temple of Dionysius. I mean, it was wine, it was theater, it was party, it was all kinds of debauchery. Or if you were sick, or a loved one was ill, you'd go to the temple of Asclepius, the god of medicine and the god of healing. I mean, this is a rod of Asclepius. It's a rod with a single snake going up it. You look at the modern day symbol of medicine, the caduceus. It's a rod with wings and 2 snakes going up it. You see, in the first century, they believed that the snake was a symbol of rejuvenation because a snake would shed its skin. It was a new beginning. And in the temple of Asclepius, they would put you into a deep coma-like sleep, and they would allow non-lethal snakes to just slither all over you, thinking that maybe you would be healed. But also in Pergamum was the altar to Zeus. Zeus was the god of all gods. Zeus was considered the king of kings and the lord of lords. And there was this temple, or this altar, and people would offer sacrifices, and the smoke from their sacrifices was constantly billowing higher and higher. You could see it from great distances. The altar to Zeus was 117 feet wide, 110 feet deep, 4 stories tall. And when you look at it, it looks like a throne, doesn't it? I mean, as a follower of Jesus, living in Pergamum, you get a real sense of a spiritual battle that's going on, don't you? I mean, think about this. As a follower of Jesus, living in Pergamum, I'm sure there was this constant stress, this constant question: who are we going to trust in? Who's going to provide for us? Who are we going to worship? I mean, you can almost still feel the tension today. A follower of Jesus living in this overtly pagan culture. with all of this false worship, with all of these temples all around us. You see, as a follower of Jesus, you and I, we are called to be a light shining in the darkness, right? And the darkness cannot overcome the light. We're called to stand out. We're called to let our light shine. But in Pergamum, think about this. Just say your child was ill. Who do you turn to? Do you continue to just trust in Jesus? Or maybe do you cover your bases and you go to the temple of Asclepius and offer a sacrifice? Do you follow the crowd or do you stand out? See, for the Christians in Pergamum, God called them to stand out, but they were blending in. And they didn't look any different than anyone else.